real quick, guys. All right, so about a week ago, I did a reaction to Brainwashed with my sister, and I was showing her Tom Macdonald for the first time to get her opinion of it. And we had a pretty good dialogue, pretty good conversation. And come to find out, she actually liked Tom Macdonald. She liked things, everything that he said, and she agreed with the majority of everything he was saying. And so I got a fan out of her. But unfortunately, we had like a minute and a half of the video that the camera shut off, and it didn't get the rest of the reaction. So I've been thinking about it. It was good content, good conversation, and I didn't just want to let it go. So I'm gonna post it up anyway. But yeah, I just want to give a disclaimer real quick that the last I think the last verse, I got like half of it and didn't get the rest. And I didn't realize it until I started editing the video. So my apologies, guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you this video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this reaction. And yeah, we out. What is up, guys? Your boy Tripp here with another reaction video. All right, so for this one, I brought my sister along. All right, so
your sister-in-law?
I said along.
Oh!
Anyway, so I brought my sister along, so she's gonna check out Tom Macdonald. Have you heard Tom Macdonald before?
Nope, I've just heard you talk about him a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna let you know. Like he's gonna say some controversial things that you might not like.
Right.
Like all for real. You're probably not gonna like some of the things he says, but I want you to just try to look at it from a different perspective and try not to pretty much just try to keep your feelings out of it, but keep it at a critique level, blah blah blah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out. So you ready for this?
I'm excited.
All right. Just fasten your seatbelt because this is going to be pretty controversial. All right, so
I got an open mind.
Now, mind you, I haven't watched this video yet, but I've been trying my best not to see some of the things he's been posting. Some things I have seen, so I know that this is a trending song, and I also know that it got a lot of people talking. So let's go ahead and see what Tom Macdonald's talking about.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most.
Ooh.
Okay.
What do you think about that right there?
That I know that it stepped on a lot of people's toes.
I know. I feel him on that. I feel him on that 100%.
I mean, yeah, I just know that that's going to be taken.
But don't you have a point there? Like
slick, yeah.
Okay, because I kind of agree with them because I think it's kind of I won't lie, it's kind of ridiculous, the fact that we have actual heroes out there actually doing things that's either firefighters, police, doctors, paramedics, things like that, and troops. And it's kind of crazy that these people aren't considered on that type of level to get some type of reward or attention. But Caitlyn Jenner, she just changed her sex and they called her a hero, like she was the first one that did it. But I do commend her for doing what makes her happy. But at the same time, it is kind of crazy that these are the people you call heroes, and you know what I mean. So
yeah.
How'd you feel about that? Was that too much? Because it's only the beginning.
I mean, it wasn't too much for me. I can listen to a lot of things and not really feel offended because I do like to look at it from every point of view. Mm-hmm. I am, pro LGBTQ. I am, I'm pretty much in the middle with a lot of things. So I like to see everything.
Right.
So I agree with you on that note.
Let's get back into it.
Dangerous pandemics, propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost, and big oil.
Oh, okay, I like that right there. But just to run it back real quick, right there he said, what was it? We don't need to defund the police, we need to defund the media. Well, what do you think about that? Because that right there, that's one thing. I see what he's saying, 100%. We do. The media has the biggest influence on in our country. Excuse me, and I think in a negative way too. It's not all positive. That's why I try myself not to I try to stay out the news and try to stay out.
I don't watch the news.
Okay, there you go.
At all. People will be like, this is going. No, not really. I really don't.
What do you think about? So you think do you agree with him though with the defund of the police? Do you think we don't need to defund the police and defund the media, or
I feel like the media, like you said, the media does have a lot of negative aspects because you see people on there arguing and just spewing stuff that they don't know anything about, they don't get any research about. So,
right.
And as far as the police go, I feel like they need not necessarily defunding, but something where they have more training or something.
I don't think they should
like
be.
that.
I don't think they should be militarized. I think that's insane. But I do agree with the media part, but the defund part, like I'm all for not necessarily like just defunding them completely, but just using the money we put in the police departments for like different resources, like you know what I mean? I'm very vocal about that. So.
Who runs the world? The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claim.
That's hard. I was literally just talking about that yesterday. Now, he was talking about the wars. The only reason the wars we fought is because they had natural resources that we wanted. Like, all right, so look what's going on in Afghanistan right now. Like, what do you think about that? Like,
I don't watch the news.
Okay, cool. Cool. So,
I have been seeing a lot of things and a lot of different opinions.
And he probably wrote this. He probably wrote this shit before. The
more than likely, because this is just now something that I've been, hearing and seeing about, but I don't watch the news, so I don't necessarily know what's going on.
Okay, so I think that like the biggest question is like, what have we been doing over there for the past 20 years? Because Afghanistan, I'm gonna tell you, they're in a state right now where the Taliban pretty much taking over, and Joe Biden wants to pull out all the troops because he believes that there's no point for us to be over there fighting for Afghanistan. We have been for the past 20 years. They can't fight for themselves. Okay. Now, I do agree that American troops, it's kind of insane. Like, we don't need to have American troops dying over there for, a country that can't help themselves. But at the same time, like, it is a tough situation because it's out of control, and they need some type of democracy. So they won't be able to be back or be to normal or get to normal unless I think we help right now because the Taliban is completely taken over. But yeah, so I definitely agree what he's saying right there. How the only time we really go to war is to have natural resources we want. So I definitely agree with that right there. So,
I mean, I don't really know what's going on. I've just seen people arguing about it and about some weapons. So
yeah, I got you.
If a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every...
Whoa. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, when I saw the braids, I was like, his braids are crispy. Like, I'm not even gonna play before the video even started, because, at the beginning, he had his head was to the side this. I was like, his braids are crispy. And then I was like, somebody's gonna say something about him having braids.
Well, they already have.
Okay.
He started out like that.
Okay.
But I like what he said right there.
I like the braids.
I like what he said. All right, so one thing I talk about in my videos is the hooks. What do you think about that hook? I'm not a big fan of his hooks, but his hooks to me have gotten a little bit better. I'm guessing that was his hook. What do you think about that right there?
Which part?
That part right there when he was talking about appropriating culture and things like that. I'm guessing that was the hook from the way it sounds, because now he's back into rapping.
Okay, well, like I said, me personally, I like the braids, and I feel like there's a certain line that has to be crossed to be appropriating culture.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's a whole big conversation that we do not have time for. It's a whole big...
Facts.
But I don't feel like as if right here he is appropriating culture.
I agree.
I think he's being himself.
But he makes some points because there are a lot of people that do think that way.
Correct. And like I said, when before the video came on, I was like, I like his braids, but somebody isn't going to like his braids.
There's somebody out there that doesn't like it, so yeah.
Liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want...
Run that back. Oh my goodness. Okay, I like him.
Oh, he came out snapping that second point.
He has a new fan already.
He said, what did he say? Something about how did we come from monkeys and then became sheep? How come? Something about putting putting fluoride in their drink. Oh, we gotta run that back. Oh, that was a hard bar right there. Hold on, I don't want to mess that up. We gotta run that back.
But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, and then you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe. Cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life. Cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know.
Fake.
That nigga is spitting.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir. That nigga is spitting. No, he's talking facts though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, dude. I was expecting him to say some more outlandish shit, but I agree with everything he's saying so far. Like, normally there hasn't been a Tom Macdonald song yet where I just completely agreed. I know there's still another 2 minutes left in the video, but so far what he's saying, I completely agree with him 100%. And like, a lot of people are asleep, man. Like, they sleep because, and I also agree with what he said earlier, how the government don't want us to come together because if we do, we'll come together.
If we come together, it's gonna come to the greater good.
What I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president.
Xanax for dinner.
Is he lying though?
It's your face, bro.
Is he lying though? Like,
dinner.
Is he lying?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen Joe Biden make that face that he made.
It's not just what he said. It's pretty much it's how he said it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the thing that really stuck out to me. But at the same time, he's not lying. Like,
I mean, he's old.
Facts though, facts. But at the same time, like, I seen a tweet the other day that said, if you're 70 or 80, right? If you're 70 or 80, you're not. Pretty much, you're unable to be employed in everyday working class.
Yeah, 65, you get Social Security.
You get Social Security, right?
Right.
Then why the fuck are these people running the country?
And they 83, 84.
Right. So
they have nothing in common with anything that with the majority of the people in the country that they're leading.
There's a whole disconnect.
Y'all don't want to take a nap. Y'all want to go to bed. Y'all want to take care of your grandkids, great grandkids, great grandkids.
It's a huge disconnect with, you know, people from the older generation and new generation, because it's different. Definitely. So they definitely don't understand.
Like, look, think about how grandma, you know, thinks and how we think. Like, it's totally different. Like, she has a whole different way of thinking.
Completely different. So that's why I think the younger, the better for, like, politicians, because the younger candidates or the younger people, you know, running from them type of positions, like, they understand, they're more empathetic to the younger people because they're more, like, connected with the younger people.
I mean, I always said that our generation was going to be the generation that
you ever try to explain like TikTok or technology to an old person?
Huh?
Like, lost, man.
That tic-tac.
Lost, man. Our dad just found out what Google was last year.
A year ago. He was so excited.
Last year. Like,
he's like, you know anything about Google? I'm like, yeah, Dad, it's been out. He's like, that Google is cool. Like, you can find anything on Google.
But basically, I'm saying all this to say, like, if you're past, like, 60, 65, 70 years old, and you're not able, you know, to work in America, then why in the hell are you employed to run this country? That's the only thing.
Hey, I've never understood that.
And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police.
All right, so let's break that down real quick, because I think there's a lot of things that people don't realize when it comes to talking about Trump being silenced. I think people have to realize the influence he had of him being on social media, and like they're not just silencing him for a reason. So this is one thing I gotta disagree with Tom Macdonald. I understand what he's saying. He is right, but you gotta look at the bigger picture. Like, the bigger picture is that January the 6th, the Capitol riots, like, whether people want to say that's Antifa or not, they're flying up Trump shirts. They just left the Trump rally, and Trump said he was going with them. And that all started, the biggest influence from that was from his tweets and the false news that he has, you know, put on social media. Whether you like Trump or not, he has done some bad things that are not okay as president.
It has negative effects on certain groups of people that people don't realize.
It's not all. There's some good Trump supporters out there. Do not get me wrong. And honestly, I believe if Trump would have been more empathetic with all aspects of America, then I think he would have made another 4 years.
I think so too.
You agree? Like 100%. Like, if he would have been more empathetic to everybody and realized that he's the president to not just his supporters, but all of America,
Like,
and I feel like also that as a president, there's a certain standard that you need to hold yourself up to.
I'll always say, as a president, you can either incite or inspire.
Right.
What do you think Trump has done? He's not inspiring everybody. From what I've seen,
I don't want to talk negative on the boy,
he's inspired racists.
Like, yes, I mean I've seen it personally.
And this is one thing that I heard somebody say, but pretty much, shit, I forgot what it was.
You heard somebody say?
Yeah, I forgot what it was. Man, this Juan kicking my ass, boy.
Hey, come over here and get wined out.
No, I remember, but basically, shit, I forgot. That shit kicking my ass.
You had a little too much.
Nah, but for real though. Oh, I remember now. Basically, like not all Trump supporters are racist.
Correct.
But all racists support Trump. So I think that's a big something people need to realize. Like,
yeah, my husband said that.
I didn't want to throw his name out there.
Look, he don't care.
See, I ain't trying to name drop.
He don't care.
All right, but yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing that he said that I strongly believe in. And you want to go ahead and clarify, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, my husband, he's a Caucasian male.
There we go. So, so understand this.
Yes.
I'm not saying that to say, oh, a white man said it, then it's true. No.
No, he pretty much thinks like openly about everything. He's
honestly the same as him. Like the same thing.
Yeah, like literally, he would love him if he listened to him.
The same thing. Tom McDonald talks about the same thing.
That's the type of conversations that we have.
And Patrick's a completely sober person, but I be high trying to have these deep conversations.
And he'll be going.
But I gotta be, because it's the way he thinks.
And he's so smart.
He's smart as hell.
You have to get him on here one day.
Yeah, definitely gotta get Patrick on here. But I really think he would agree with a lot of things Tom McDonald was saying.
Yeah.
That's all. I say all that to boil down. That's the reason why the reason why Donald Trump got silenced is because of his influence.
And I understand the part of it, freedom of speech, this, that, and the third. But then when things like January the 6th happen from those actions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want that to happen again. Like, we lost lives.
That didn't need to happen.
Totally unnecessary.
And that came from mostly false news that he was spewing out or tweeting about. And the biggest thing that I hear Trump and Trump supporters say is, don't believe the fake news. Well, this is coming from a person that spewed a lot of fake news that has been proven. Like, whether you support him or not. Like, I always said Donald Trump is a full-blooded nigga. Like, straight up. Straight up, like they wanted Barack to be a nigga president, but he wasn't nigga enough. You know what I mean? But Trump came in there and they got a real nigga, and they didn't know how to act.
Government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation.
But
he got a point right there with at the end, the problems with them, never the system. I don't think so. Like I think that's how people take it. Like when we say there's white privilege, we're not talking about white people.
Right.
We're talking about the system.
The systems that's put in place.
And the system that's set up for you. Like that's what we talk about. I say a lot that privilege is blind to the ones that have it.
Oh, definitely.
100%. So it's kind of hard to say, or hard for us to get you to understand, unless you actually believe our stories when we talk about certain situations that we dealt with personally. Like,
definitely.
Like, so it's not something that somebody just told us. Like,
it's stuff that we've experienced our entire lives.
Exactly.
Like being in the area that we grew up in.
Exactly. So that's why I always say, just go around, ask your friends. They're a different color. If you're not a person of color, then go around and ask them, their experiences with white privilege or just any type of experience they dealt with.
Definitely don't tell them that their experience wasn't valid.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, nobody wakes up and just makes up stuff.
Yeah, that's
like
one thing. That's one thing I don't get.
And if you consider yourself a friend,
because I think people. Well, the one thing I noticed that whenever you bring up, well, this is what I experienced with some white people. Certain white people get, they don't want to acknowledge it or believe it because they feel like it's attack towards them. Like, no, we're not calling you racist. Like, we're not. There's nothing. You personally shouldn't feel any type of way about this.
Definitely should.
Like, you should just understand that you won't understand. It's that simple.
Sympathize.
Like, I have friends.
Be an ally.
I have friends from different ethnicities that I have no idea what it's like, what they're going through.
Exactly.
But I listen and I'm there for them and I support them. Like, so that's the biggest thing. So that's one thing I gotta disagree with Tom with. So it's definitely bonds and the ones that have it. That's all I'm saying when it comes to privilege.
Facts.
Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, and then you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7,
All right, so unfortunately, that's all I got of the reaction. And but I love the song, I love the track, and my sister, she enjoyed it as well. She said that she feels like this is a song that is going to get the conversation rolling and is actually going to help people in terms of talking about things. So she believes that the best way to get through these problems we have here in our nation, here in our country, is conversation. And she also agrees with me that Tom Macdonald is doing his part by getting people talking, no matter if you agree with it or not. Is getting the conversation rolling. So I think it's dope. So yeah, it's your boy Trippy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And once again, let me know anything about this song. Let me know anything about this reaction. We out.